Welcome to China Horse Business, the one and only podcast focusing on the booming horse market in China, bringing to you by two experts of Chinese equine industry, Zoe King and Jojo Wang from Shanghai and Hong Kong, introducing China to the world. Hey Jojo, how are you?
Hi Zoe. My first year MBA program finally comes to an end, and I will have a 1-week holiday before the class starts again in September.
Wow, congrats! What are you planning to do in your summer holidays?
Well, good question. I will spend my summer break in preparing for the China Horse Business Live, our upcoming webinar on the 6th of September. There are many companies interested in showing their products and surveys to our audience.
Wow, how exciting! Although our September webinar slots are already full, we will open our October slots very soon. So please feel free to contact us if you are interested in showing your products or services to our Chinese audience. Of course, you can always email us at contact@wonder-horse.com.
What about you, Zoe? How are you doing?
I'm looking forward to attending the upcoming race meeting in the Yulong race course. Please stick with China Horse Business Podcast to get the latest update of China horse industry. If you have an interesting topic you want to know, you can always leave us a message below the podcast or email us.
Yes, always love to interact more with our audience, so do not hesitate to contact us. Right, Zoe, I heard the Chinese government had issued a policy about the opinion on further reducing the burden of student homework and off-campus tutoring in compulsory education. This comes with multiple bans related to the education industry. Will this affect the current equestrian club? Let's talk about this in our China news today.
The regulatory compliance strictly implements the relevant provisions of juvenile protection law, and off-campus tutoring institutions should not occupy national statutory holidays, rest days, including winter and summer vacations, to organize tutoring camps or training programs.
Well, I assume some of the equestrian club owners might almost get a heart attack when they first saw this compliance. But the good thing is, the riding lessons are not applied in this category. Furthermore, in the same week, the State Council issued the National Fitness Plan for 2021 to 2025. The plan clearly stated that it is necessary to standardize youth sport organization construction, encourage and support the development of youth sport clubs. The ideology of the compliance would like to promote the national fitness strategy, building up a leading sport nation.
Yes, the compliance aims to give a full play to the comprehensive value and diversify functional capacities of national fitness, and more importantly, improving people's health, promoting people's all-round ability, furthermore promote economic and social development. This will also demonstrate the soft power of national culture in the long run.
The target audience of this plan do not only apply on teenagers, but also applies on elderly, disabled, and all different groups of citizens. The plan also vigorously encouraged the development of sport industry and aim to strengthen international exchange. As FEI mentioned, the FEI will be focusing on equestrian within the burgeoning sports industry in China, which according to a report from Bank of China International earlier, worth 1.5 trillion yuan in 2016, is on track to double by 2020 and could reach 5 trillion yuan by 2025.
Impressive. If students do not have to attend the tutoring class off campus, they will have more time for riding. It sounds like the opportunity for equestrian sports.
So Zoe, for our next session, what are we bringing to our audience today?
Today, we are going to introduce Huizhou Baijun Riding Club in our China Club session. Jojo, have you been to this club before?
Yes, I have been there a few times for conducting the Chinese Equestrian Association Rider Test. The club was built in 2005, and the property covered an area of 50 acres, with 3 indoor arenas. 1 outdoor arena, and 1 eventing course. The club can facilitate up to 150 horses and had experience in holding different national events. It is about 45-minute drive from Huizhou city center. This is a private club and only opens to members. Many members like to spend their weekend with their horses and family there.
Mr. Xia, the owner of the club, is a businessman from Hong Kong and a horse lover. Over these years, he and his wife strongly supported China equestrian sports, but keep it very low-key. In 2008, the club collaborated with Guangdong equestrian team in providing the eventing and dressage training base. In 2010, he sponsored 4 horses to China equestrian team for the 16th Asian Games. In front of the Olympics, he was the first person who stood up and supported our Chinese eventing rider Alex Hua Tian. Not only that, but he also sponsored a horse for overseas training for Hong Kong Paralympic team. I respect his passion and support to the equestrian sport development.
Yes, I agree. The club also possesses a unique culture. Mr. Xia looks into the horse welfare, but he treats his staff really well too. According to his kitchen staff, the kitchen is not allowed to store any MSG for cooking, as Mr. Xia is concerned about the health of all staff and athletes as priority. And according to the stable team, everyone must stay in positive energy and no one is allowed to swear in the stable, or they will get imposed a fine.
I wonder where the money go.
Yes, I asked them the same question. And they said the money will be used to buy nice snacks for others.
Interesting culture. I like it. Jojo, for today's China story, I know we have invited an equestrian veteran for the interview.
Yeah, she is an experienced competition organizer, FEI Level 3 jumping steward, FEI Level 2 jumping judge, and many, many more. This lady contributes many days and nights to not only China, but the Asia horse industry. She has a reputation for fair and just. Many big names in the industry do respect her. Let's welcome our guest today, Miss Alex Mack.
Hello.
Hello, Alice. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Jojo.
So, Alice, we know you are very busy recently in preparing material for next competition season. We are very honored to have you here today.
You're welcome.
Right. As we know, you are in the industry for many, many years, maybe before me and Zoe started riding. So can you share with us when and how did you get into the horse industry?
It's a long, long time when I first saw the horses, just a few years old. And at that time, my first, they're so tall, very handsome and elegant. But my parents doesn't like animals very much. And they thought girls would be quiet and not running around. So for sure, equestrian wasn't an ideal activity. So at this time, I have to get up. But after a couple of years, I was already a teenager and I'm still missing the horses. And one day, I find the phone numbers of the Hong Kong Jockey Club riding schools. Then I inquired about the course and registration information. At that time, the Jockey Club has only 2 riding schools.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a huge number of applications, and normally the applicants have to wait a couple of years before they join the course. The date when I called them and they said, I'm sorry, we just start a new course a week before. And based on the schedules, no more new courses that year. And actually, I'm quite upset, and because they told me maybe I need to wait 2 to 3 years for another course because it's a lot of people are queuing up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's not nice. I'm not happy, but what to do? So actually, I told them please record my name, and actually I'm free, I'm available, so I can be replacement. So they said, yeah, okay. Then they keep my name, and then I hand the phone. And I'm quite lucky. After a week, they called me back, and they said, are you sure you're able to join the weekday course? And I said, yes, I can come over after school. And they said, okay, because someone's drop off and they need a replacement. But the course is already started about 3 weeks. I said, yeah, it's okay. Then I'm start my equestrian life.
So you were very independent since young.
And persistent.
Yes.
Determined.
I'm a naughty girl.
Since you have been in the industry for many years now, you have been starting riding like 30 years ago. So what is your primary role in the industry now?
I started competing as a rider. I'm competing in dressage, show jumping, and eventing competitions. My role right now mainly is an official, but the feelings are totally different. For show jumping, eventing, you can get very exciting. When you jump over the obstacles, it's much more easier to get the satisfaction. But if you are looking for the communication, harmonies between the rider and horses, I think I will prefer dressage. But equestrian worlds are totally different. When I learn more, I realize I don't know more. Yeah. Then I think when I reached my coach, Mr. Neckley, he's from Switzerland. He's a very, very experienced coach, and a lot of medalists learn from him. But he's passed away already. He told me, because you're playing the games, you need to know the rules. You need to know the equipment. You need to know the horse. Otherwise, you will get stuck. Then, okay, I start to learn the rules. And later on, I start to become an official because in Hong Kong, our communities are so small. They need somehow to running around at that moment. And actually, I start in 1990 something. I got my first qualification as a judges. And then over 20 years, I mainly work for the FBI competitions, and I'm the steward for dressage, show jumping, eventing, and power dressage. I'm also the show jumping judges and national safety officers for eventing. And so I'm quite lucky. In the past 15 years, I'm officiating in a lot of the games and championships, which is including the Olympic, Paralympic, Youth Olympic, Asian Games, and the Asian Championships, and a lot of the big competitions. All this experience are very, very important and precious to me. So I hope I can share all my experience with the newcomers and let the knowledge shares passed on.
Yes. Alex, as you said that in Hong Kong, maybe the equestrian community is relatively small, but you find a much bigger pool in mainland China. I know you often go between Hong Kong and mainland and to help organize competitions and officials and competitions before the COVID. I wonder, what do you think about the Chinese equestrian market really need?
Actually, mainland China is a huge equine market. In the past 10 years, every year, a couple of thousand of horses import into China. And you can see quality of the competition, including the level of the riders and horses, are keep improving, especially from the number of competitions. When I first go over to China, and every year they have less than 10 competitions. But now, every year they have over 100 competitions. And every competitions they have a couple of 100 horses and riders combinations. So this is a very, very clear signal to indicate China has a big market demand. On the other hand, the CEST, which formed in 1982 and started from 1983, they joined the FBI. So they send Chinese riders competing in different competitions. Nowadays, they are competing in Olympic, Asian Games, Asian Championships, and a lot of international competitions. You can see the performance of the riders keep improving. In the Tokyo Olympic, which is competed, this is very, very good result. And you can see we have two teams in show jumping and eventing. This is absolutely amazing. So this is a strong market, and we have to seize these opportunities. And from a personal point of view, the industry is already there, but we need a systematic training and education. This is very important to transform our existing equestrian sports to become an industrial train. And this is a very important point.
So we are running out of time for today. We will continue Alice's interview in the next episode.
No problem. Alice will give us a total outlook for the next 10 years on the Chinese equine market. Don't miss it next week.
Okay, let's wrap it up. Have a nice day ahead.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. This podcast is co-hosted by Zoe King and Jojo Wang, powered by Wonder Horse, a business solution provider focusing on Chinese equine market and a bespoke equine community in China.
In addition to this weekly podcast, we launch a monthly webinar called China Horse Business Live. The objective is to connect international stakeholders with Chinese decision makers. 4 to 5 speakers will introduce their activity, products, surveys, and any other topics related to the equine industry within 10 minutes in English. This webinar is open to all Chinese audience, especially targeting equestrian clubs owner, professionals, rider, officials, and suppliers.
This is a perfect opportunity for you to introduce your brand, products, and services to real Chinese audience and interact with them. You may find your partner, distributor, or clients in these webinars.
If you are interested in making a speech in the webinar, please subscribe to our annual package, Business Pass, which will allow you to speak once per semester in the webinar, along with many other premium benefits.
A lower cost annual package, Connect Plus, is also available with some useful benefits. Please check them out on our website, www.wonder-horse.com/podcast, and in the show note of this podcast.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can subscribe it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and any podcast channel by searching the name of our program, China Horse Business.
We are also looking forward to meeting you in China Horse Business Live, a monthly webinar connecting international stakeholders with Chinese decision makers.
Please feel free to leave us a comment and recommend our program to your friends and colleagues.
Spare the world and stay tuned.